Okay, in previous lecture, we have discussed about meristematic tissue, that is a dividing tissue. Today, we are going to discuss about permanent tissue. This permanent tissue is what? It is composed of those cells which have lost their capability to divide, and they have definite shape, size and thickness. They may be living or dead. So we can say that meristematic tissue with division and differentiation of cell form permanent tissue. So what we see? The meristematic tissue, when divide and differentiate, they form permanent tissue. This permanent tissue when divide on the basis of cell structure, then it is categorized into two forms. The first one is simple tissue and the second one is complex tissue. This simple tissue is made up of similar kind of cell. And this is made up of different kind of cells. Usually this may be alive or may be dead. And complex tissue is the mixture of alive and dead cells. In simple tissue, the cell's individual function is same. But in complex tissue, it may be different or it has specific function. So, if we study simple tissue first, it is again categorized into two forms. The first one that make protective tissue and the second one that make supportive tissue. So protective tissue is what? They may be epidermis, which is alive, that is living cell, and they may be cork, that is dead cell. So first we are going to study protective tissue. If we talk about epidermis, this is the thick outermost layer of various body organs of plants. That may be leaves, flowers, stems and roots. This epidermis is covered by cuticle. And this cuticle is what? This is a waterproof layer of waxy substance called as what? As cutin. And this cuticle is very thick. In which type of plant? That is in xerophytes, means desert plants. If we talk about cork cell, This is also called as phloem. So, the tissue at periphery becomes cork cells. This cork made up of dead cells with thick walls and do not have intercellular spaces. And the deposition of waxy substance here is called as suberin. Cells of cork become impermeable to water and gases due to deposition of suberin. These cork cells are without any protoplasm, but are filled with what? Filled with resins and tannins. So if we categorized cork characteristics, then it is act as an insulation layer or shock absorber, prevent desiccation, infection and mechanical injury. And this is very commercially valuable. Why? Due to imperviousness, lightness and toughness. Now, that was protective tissue or simple tissue. Now, supporting tissue of simple tissue. When we categorize supporting simple tissue, it is again further divided in three different forms. The first one is what? This is parenchyma. Second one is collenchyma. And the third one is sclerenchyma. This parenchyma may be alive and this is soft. This collenchyma is flexible and this is again alive. But this sclerenchyma is very hard and dead. Now we are discuss one by one. The first one is parenchyma. This is first time evolved in Bryophyta, the amphibian of plant kingdom. This is thin wall cells. It may be oval or spherical in structure. The cell wall mainly composed of cellulose and pectin, and this provides turgidity to cells. There are different type of parenchyma. First one is prosenchyma. This helps in food storage. The second parenchyma is chlorenchyma. It performs photosynthesis. The third form is aerenchyma. This have air space, so it helps in buoyancy. And basically it is present in aquatic plants or hydrophytic plants. In hydrophytic plants. And the fourth one is idioblast. It stores excretory substance, storage of excretory substance such as resins, tannin, gums and oils. So after parenchyma, we are going to discuss collenchyma, the second supporting simple tissue. This is living mechanical tissue. And this is elongated cells with thick corners. Here, localized cellulose and pectin thickening. So this gives mechanical strength and elasticity to growing stems. And this is present only in herbaceous dicots and thin margin of leaves. Now the third simple supporting tissue is sclerenchyma. It is strengthening tissue. Cells are dead with little or no protoplasm, and they have lignified wall, means there is a deposition of lignin. That's why they provide strength to tissue, and this lignin is waterproof material. And in sclerenchyma, the intercellular spaces are absent. This sclerenchyma is again of two types. The first one is sclerites or stone cells, and the second one is fibers. In this, lumen is so small due to higher thickening of cell wall. And in fibers, they are very long, narrow, thick, lignified cells, and they are used in the manufacture of ropes, mats, and certain textile fibers.